Oh, Resorts World.
What happened?
It's not a dad pod thing. You didn't see? So guys were playing $25,000 a hand blackjack at Resorts World. A guy asked for like a banana strawberry smoothie. They said to him on camera, the guy, they're filming content. Person, the server says, "Do you have a room with us?" He said, "No, we're spending $25,000 a fucking hand with you. I have to get my manager to approve it." It's going ridiculously viral right now online. It is horrific for Resorts World. Horrific.
So dumb.
Yeah, right. OK Sports is right.
You got to train
two hands at $25,000 a hand.
Jesus.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah.
Damn. Oh, I didn't realize it. Magic-Con is decent this year. Final Fantasy made the event. Actually, yeah, I went for Final Fantasy. That's it. So Resorts World had people paying $25. They finally had big gamblers. Big gamblers.
Yeah.
And they didn't train the luxury, because I'm guessing they were playing at normal tables. They're playing in the high-end suites.
Yeah.
The girls in the high-end suites should be trained to give you whatever you want.
I don't care if you have a room at the Motel 6 out at Nellis.
Yeah.
If you're paying $25,000 a hand blackjack, you get whatever you want comped to eat or drink.
Straight up.
If you want Wagyu beef skewers, we will find them for you.
You go to the chef and you bring them here personally.
Like, do you watch The Bear? Like what they do to like for people, like for customer service? Like for them to do that and it is going hyper viral right now online. It's on X, on Twitter, it's going crazy. I've said this before, and I will say it here again. The problem with modern Vegas casinos, I'm talking about SLS, Resorts World, Fontainebleau, they've lost the Vegas magic. Absolutely.
They've lost the Vegas magic, right? Like, Steve Wynn created a place that said, look, we're going to take your money. We're going to take your money. But here's a cheap steak while you do it. Or here's a free buffet while you do it. Yeah. Or here's, hey, look, dude, you lost $1,000 tonight. Here's a room so you can come back and lose $1,000 again tomorrow. You know? These new casinos, man, they don't get it. They grind every penny out of you. Yeah, every penny out of you. And they are managing, instead of managing by emotion, they're managing by a P&L. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they're doing. And they're so inept that they don't know the power of social media. Like, this is another nail in the coffin of Las Vegas as a brand. And now, again, we're going off topic from Dad Pod, but this is something that, like Joanna Jojo's saying, I love The Bear. Yeah, dude, The Bear is the best show on TV, by the way. I'm an ex-restaurant guy, so yeah. But it is, they don't know the power of how now this has gone. At least 5 million people have seen this video of these guys playing blackjack. They're just $25,000, all of them, $25,000 a hand. And it was like muscle memory. The guy goes, "Can I get a banana strawberry smoothie?" or something. It was 2 different flavored smoothies. So not a normal smoothie. Sure. It's okay. Who cares? Immediately, a male voice says, "Do you have a room with us?" Not, "Absolutely, sir. We'll get that for you." What type of banana do you want? From what region of the world do you want a banana? How many strawberries do you want in your smoothie? Yeah. Straight up. How many strawberry seeds do you want to clean out your colon so you shit regular after you drank the smoothie? Yeah, we have a dietitian on staff. How many calories would you like your smoothie to be? Done. Yeah. Done. No. Like, for them to say you have to have and then the best part was, this is the best. Get ready for this one, y'all that are watching. Somebody on camera says they wouldn't do this to me at Red Rock. Red Rock reposted it and took a screenshot and said, at 8 seconds in, look at what he says. Yep. Red Rock called out Resorts World, and it's Alex, I forget Alex's last name. That's the director of social media over at for all stations. They do a great job too, by the way. He's a stud. Yeah. He's in Western New York now on vacation, but I know he sees this stuff. Yeah. And it's like, whoever is doing station casinos social media is on it. Yeah, they just saw that. They just did a review of all the girls they're hiring for pool season, like of the girls coming in. And it's great. It's great content. But them catching Resorts World slipping, local Vegas casinos are going to dominate Vegas in the next, I'd say, 6-7 months.
Agreed.
Because of moments like that.
It's
right.
What Resorts World did, that's fatal to them. Because what high end, like I've got buddies that come into town and spend a lot of money to gamble here.
Yeah.
And they're going to see this. It's going to get on their feed and they're going to say, oh, maybe I will go to Red Rock now. Maybe I will go to some other casino that's still on the strip where I want to be treated like maybe it is the Wynn.
You go to the Wynn and you play 25,000 a hand, they're calling you a jet.
You're getting a jet.
You're getting a jet.
If you're there for,
you're getting a jet.
If you're there and if you're a 6-hour gambler and your average hand is 25,000, you're getting a jet.
They will call the pimp on staff and ask you what type of hooker you like.
Yeah.
Right? Do blonde, under 6 feet, over 6 feet,
midget,
whatever you want.
Midget Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
That gives you a reach around.
Yeah.
Done.
That's for one 25,000. Because think about this, okay, right? A lot of you guys aren't from Vegas, so this is going to sound weird to you. When you sit down and play blackjack, right, you typically want at least 20 hands of whatever your number is.
Correct.
So if you're playing $10 a hand, you want $200. If you're playing $25 a hand, you want what, $500? Am I doing this right? Yeah, $500. So think about this. If someone's playing 25,000 a hand, they're sitting at the table with 500 grand. And there's multiple guys. So you got over $1 million at the table. Over a milkshake? Yeah, no, that's fucked.
Bananas. No pun intended, but that is absolutely the biggest mistake. And again, for those of you that don't know, Resorts World is owned by Genting Group. They're in Malaysia. So completely different culture.
Yeah.
They've come in here. They don't know Vegas. They don't know the Vegas culture. Also why Fontainebleau is not doing well because they're not from here.
Nope.
And they don't know Vegas, and they're not bringing in people that know Vegas.
Same reason SLS died. The secret to Vegas, and this is why I think the Dad Pod can open itself up to any topic, right? Because this is how dads view this shit.
Absolutely right.
If I'm doing well for myself, but I'm not 25,000. I'm not even $250 a hand. If I play $25 a hand, I'm drunk as shit.
Yeah.
Someone come get me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But as a dad, if I'm paying $25,000 a hand, what comes my way better be insane. Remember the SLS Vegas?
Sahara.
I think you're the only person who does.
Yeah, Sahara.
I think you're the only person who does.
Sahara changed it back.
They changed it back.
Yeah.
These companies that come out from Vegas, they don't understand. The whales are who pay for the casino. The rest of us peons at the casino are just there for day-to-day activity. But the whales, your $1 million, billion-dollar whales, that's who drives every casino.
BT Bowl 300 _ top form mana. Brandon, what's your favorite? He's going to say herbs and rye. I can answer that for you right now.
Did somebody ask a question?
Brandon's going to say, he says, Brandon, what's your absolute favorite restaurant in Vegas? It's herbs and rye. You're welcome.
Rye.
Let's move on. I can answer that for him. Let's start with Dad Pod content.
All right, let's go. So, why are women attracted to dangerous men but talk to them like they're bitches?
It's true.
Since I was like 7 years old, I had this question because my dad was a big hulk of a man. Big hulk of a man, right? And my mom would sometimes talk to him crazy. And I'd be like, what are you doing? Right? You married this man because he was a gangster.
Bad boy.
You married this man because he was a literal gangster.
Bad boys for life.
You know what he's capable of. Why are you talking to him like that? Right? Bill, I posed the same question to you because you go to a UFC fight. Every UFC fighter could be the worst guy on the card, could be the champion. Smoke show of a girlfriend. Boxers, smoke show of a girlfriend. Hell, WWE wrestlers, smoke show of a girlfriend, right? There's a correlation between how dangerous a guy is and what his wife looks like. But they talk to him like bitches. Why is this?
Well, first of all, I'm Jeff, not Bill.
What did I say?
You call me Bill.
Did I? It's because you're a fucking bald white man. I'm telling you, that's racist of me.
Dude, that is the most racist thing I've ever experienced in my life.
I
can't believe this.
You just experienced racism.
How dare you, sir?
For the first time.
How dare you, sir? Is there an NAACP for old balding white men? How dare you? Jesus Christ. Well, I can tell you that even though rates are going up, date the rate and marry the house. What the fuck they're saying out there to shit talk you to get you into a goddamn house these days.
Twinsies.
Whatever it is, twinsies. Jesus Christ. I think that there's something there, and take out daddy issues, take out everything else. It's most women, again, I'm saying this not from experience. I am not a bad boy. My wife is more of a bad boy than I am.
She is quite the bad boy.
She is
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Before the term baddie was even around, I mean, there's my wife, and she's awesome.
Yeah.
I just think that women like that naughty edge.
Yeah.
That edge, that's something that they're like, this is something that I know I'm not going to bring this guy home to my parents, but you've seen the TV shows like, shit, back in the 70s and 80s, Happy Days, the show Happy Days, Fonzie, the original bad boy.
Hey.
The original bad boy was Fonzie.
Yeah.
You know, and he would come in and hit the jukebox and it would play the music at Arnold's and the whole thing. Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler. Can you imagine?
The original bad boy.
Can you imagine 2025? The bad boy heartthrob of America is an old Jewish man named Henry Winkler,
like a 5'5" Jew. Mazel tov. Mazel.
I think that's what you guys beat.
That was the benchmark.
I think the
Brandon,
fonts,
how dare you judge anyone else?
I think the fonts was the last time they allowed Jewish men to be sex symbols. What the fuck?
He's the last Jewish man to ever be in a dominant position on any type of media. That's it. Gone. Now it's Benjamin Netanyahu who's bombing Iran, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Because now it's like it started with Fonzie, and you'd always see it was always like, and it was a story arc of a lot of TV shows and movies. It'd be this like hot but demure, like, you know, woman who was dressed well but kind of had a figure but wouldn't let you see it, and had like maybe a form-fitting sweater on. And she always dated like the kid that played lacrosse or the football player.
Grease.
Right? Grease.
Good girl, bad guy.
Right?
Right? Uptown girl. What? Okay, so we know throughout history, Taming the Shrew, throughout history, we have the tale of Romeo and Juliet, right? We have the tale of good, sweet, rich, classy, sheltered girl attracted to dangerous, scary guy.
Dangerous.
Right. And the word I use is dangerous because it's a word that I think is really underutilized, right? I see a lot, and we'll talk about this in a whole category, but I see a lot of moms that teach their sons not to be dangerous, and it's the opposite, right? The old, you'd rather have a warrior and a gardener than a gardener in a war, right? Dangerous men, straight up. Now, I may not look it now. I've been softened. Literally and figuratively, I've been softened, right? But when my wife met me, I was a, suit wearing nightclub security guard. Like that's what we did, right? And she was into that shit. I didn't have to hold back, right? She liked that was my job. And for years, even to this day, I always ask her, why? Like, what the hell were you attracted to, right? You know what I mean? Nice, sweet, caring, loving guys you could have given a chance instead of a bum like me. Like, what was it? And even she can't explain it. She just knew there was an attraction there.
I think the bad boy thing, it's like an orgasm relationship.
Okay.
It's not forever, but in the time that you're in it, it feels great.
Sure. But like even now you joke and you say, oh, I'm not a bad boy, right? But you kind of are. You push the limits. As long as I've known you, you've been you're not what people would describe as the typical title or escrow person.
I'm not an old, bald guy who's pushing mortgages.
Right. So in your field.
God bless you, Bill. God bless you, Bill.
In your field, you're dangerous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
In your field, you're dangerous. I think that's what Brandon's attracted to, is you're linguistically dangerous.
Absolutely.
Right? I'll have conversations with you where you're not afraid to ask questions or push the boundaries there. So I would very much consider, dangerous doesn't always have to mean like I'll pick up a gun and shoot you.
That's a good point.
That's a form of danger, physical danger, but like mental danger. Someone willing to like put you in a scary position with words, is equally as dangerous.
I think that the attraction for a woman it's different than the status quo. It's different than the jock with a six-pack who's, good to his parents and will be nice to your parents if you bring him over for dinner and will say all the right things. It's just it's that edginess. And it's like, you know what? I think I want to dabble in this for a little bit. And I think every woman dabbles in that, or they're married to a man that has that part of him that can go dark.
Can I shoot some theories at you?
Sure. Oh, by the way, DVN consultations have been able to schedule the live show at Chicken Pickle. We're on it. And we're waiting for the weather to get better because we're going to make it kid-friendly.
Yep.
And we don't want it to be like the last half hour of Schindler's List where it's 115 degrees outside.
Yeah.
We're keeping with the Jew, and I'm half Jewish, I'm allowed to say it. So we're gonna wait. If they're dangerous, I'm safe. If they're dangerous, I'm safe from others.
There we go. Yeah, I think she nailed Caltrish. I think,
Good call.
I'm glad that it was a woman who responded, right? The more innocent, and it's such a damsel in distress thing. Like all the old stories are so true, and that's what's crazy, right? The more innocent the woman, the more dangerous the man needs to be to protect it.
Absolutely right.
Because as you've seen, this world despises innocence. Anything innocent and virtue, people set out to like break it.
Well, look at safe. Safe is boring. Safe is like eating tofu.
Yeah.
There's no flavor to it. There's no taste. It's a white blob that's there. It's healthy. It's good for you.
Yeah.
But you can't do it often, like every day, all day.
No.
You can't do tofu.
No.
That's dating or married to most women, I think, don't want the guy that says, well, this is my job. I get up and do the same thing every day. That might be good for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what the, then they're leaving. They're out.
Well, to me, it's the roller coaster theory, right? It's every woman I know likes doing, women are far more adventurous or thrill seeking. They like to skydive. They like guys with fast cars. They love roller coasters, right? It's like this controlled sense of danger. Like, I want this dangerous thing, but I want to feel safe while doing it. And so, to me, I think that's where the appeal comes from. Like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Look how dangerous this guy is to you guys, but look how safe I am with him.
Now, let me bring it back to a compliment that I received. This is the best compliment I've ever received about my relationship with my wife.
Okay.
About 2 weeks ago, somebody reaches out to me. I'm friends with this person in my DMs and says, hey, love you, love what you're doing, but I'm friends with this person. Are you a member of the Lifestyle? And so I asked Brandy, I go, honey, what the hell is the Lifestyle? She goes, it's swingers. They're asking if we're swingers. And this person said, you're so cool with how you talk about your wife and the content you put up with you and her. You're so awesome. I was just wondering if you guys are members of the Lifestyle. And I thought, and both of us were so just in loving that they thought we're not.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, we're not. I don't want to share. I'm not sharing her with anybody. Fuck that.
Yet.
And she's not sharing me with anybody. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But it is, I have never been more honored because they look at how cool and how relaxed and the vibe that my wife and I have. They're thinking, oh, they probably share that intimately with other couples.
People. Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never received such a wonderful compliment about the relationship that I have with my wife than someone saying, and I didn't even know what the Lifestyle was. I just didn't know. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, yes, but then I'd also be like, are you saying you want, I don't know, swinging? I've always been an open-minded person. I think that's why this podcast works, right? I've been in Vegas my whole life. I'm open to any level of lifestyle people want to live.
And there's a massive swinger culture here in Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
which I didn't know that, but now I found out. It's huge.
If my wife,
no pun intended.
If my wife wasn't in the building, I'd tell a funny nightclub story, but she's here, so we'll pack that one for another day. Honey. No, I didn't realize the swinging thing was so big in Vegas until I was in the nightclub, you know, and at the end of the night, there'd always be like an older, typically white couple. Black people, I don't do much swinging, not that I know of.
Oh,
right?
But they're looking at you.
They've always been an older white couple.
You're a conquest.
Yeah.
They're looking at you like a conquest.
Yeah. And they
yeah.
And security would notice them. There'd always be like just like these older, like in their 40s or 50s, like white couple who would like be there till the end of the night, just like looking, and you'd be like,
they're looking at you like a tomahawk steak, like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
And again,
and you're a tomahawk steak with all the butter on it, just on fire, the audience, all juicy. They're loving you.
The audience is imagining me now. You guys are imagining me as like 37-year-old fucking chubby dad Brandon from Vegas. Okay, this is 25, 26-year-old nightclub suit wearing Brandon. Different guy, different world, right? But I didn't realize how popular it was in Vegas until I found that out. And they start talking about, oh, you should come by the Green Door. And I'm like, what's the Green Door? Oh yeah. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would take it as a compliment, but it's also the swinging thing is something I don't get. It's like the intimacy that you mentioned. The thing I don't understand about swinging is like I've worked so hard to get intimate with my wife. We know all the things we like and share, and there's no confusion. Why would I want to share that with somebody else?
To me, it adds a whole nother variable. It's like, why the bad boy? And so I think there's a correlation there with, I think that if you're not, but if you're so overly comfortable in your relationship that you're like, you know what, let's add some spice to it. And to me, there's other things I would rather do to be spicy in an intimate way, just with my wife, just with Brandy, rather than entering in a whole nother set of variables, meaning another person, which again, I'm not throwing shade on that. That's just that's how I feel. I am never going to do that. I don't want to do that. Brandy satisfies all my needs, and I satisfy all of hers, I think. And she's here too. She comes storming in the room right now and be like, fuck you don't do this. Suck my toes, Jeff.
Suck my toes,
Jeff.
Whatever.
I'm like, I ain't sucking those fucking things. It's your beautiful toes, honey, but hell no.
You're not a toe sucker?
No.
No?
I told you my toe story, didn't I?
No.
I have a toe story.
Share it.
All right. And Brandy's already heard, I think she's already heard this.
I hope she hasn't. I hope this is the thing.
I hope she doesn't either. So I was in my mid-20s. This is 95, 96, went on a trip with a buddy of mine who sold Canon copiers in Manhattan to Bermuda, like their President's Club thing. Went, and I end up, we're at a nightclub, and I'm wearing Cibico topsiders. Those topsiders that all the kids wore back in the 90s, like the leather laces.
How do you spell this? Hold on.
Topsiders.
Cibico?
Or Docksiders. Look up Docksiders.
Who makes these?
Cibico is the name of the company. But just
Docksider shoes.
Just do Docksiders. You'll see
okay.
Like
boat
shoes.
Got you. Sperry's and shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had a pair of those on, and we're drinking like rum, or we're drinking Gosling's rum and ginger beer. Was the drink we had there. I don't know how I know this. And I started dancing with this one girl. And next thing you know, one thing leads to another. We go back to my room, and we're making out. The lights are off. Like, we're going to go at this. She starts going down on me. I'm like, here we go. She goes past my dick and goes and starts kissing my inner leg. I'm like, where is she going? Now, my shoes are off, but I had like I was dancing. This is in the humid Bahamas.
Yeah, you got boat shoes on.
They drive on the wrong side of the road there. It's a Commonwealth of the UK. Fuck them. And so she starts sucking on my big toe. And I'm like, what? Any feeling of being turned on left me. I turn on the light on the side of on the nightstand. I'm watching this bitch, and she's sucking on my big toe like she's sucking a dick.
You kink-shaved her?
And she got herself off just by sucking on my toe. She turned out to be the little sister of one of like the division presidents of the company. So it got around that I won't say the woman's name because it'll get, you guys will fucking Google it. But it got out, and one thing got put to another, and the guy said to somebody, I'm going to have a talk with Jeff Fargo. And this person said to this guy, you really don't want to do that.
Because you're like
of my size, because of my size, and he was a smaller guy, and it wouldn't have ended well for him. But that was my one toe story. That in my 55 years, I had one girl give me a toe job, And I was like, this doesn't turn me on at all. But she was like enthralled by sucking on a nasty, sweaty boat shoe toe with toe jam and just Gosling's rum toe sweat.
Well, it's good for you. You get to figure out, good for you. I don't like this.
Lemon's lemonade. Good for you, Jeff.
I'm a silver linings. I'm a silver linings kind of guy. Right? There's
I have curly toes.
Disgusting.
I have like monkey toes. I can think of a number 2 pencil and write in cursive.
Straight up.
With my toes.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
My wife tries to lie to me and be like, oh, your toes are pretty. No, they're not, baby.
They're awful.
I played football from the age of 6 to 18. Yeah. I have toes that look like they've been through a sex crime. They are awful. They got hairs in the wrong place. They're disgusting.
Yeah. Men's toes are terrible.
Disgusting.
And that's why I can't relate. Again, I'm not into women's feet. My wife has beautiful feet because I think she's flawless. But to see like men that go on, we're going on a fucking tangent, but the men that go like to these like on OnlyFans and women that have like videos of their feet.
Yeah, it's popular.
And that's huge.
It's
Huge.
Yeah.
Foot Finder. Like what?
Foot Finder.
Footfinder.com. And guys just jack it to fucking to a high arch. like what? What?
The higher arch.
Okay. I can't stand that. So anyway, let's get back to A Block.
I think people love our tangents.
Jesus Christ.
I think our tangents are okay. So we get that women are attracted to dangerous men. Okay, the correlation's there. We're not breaking ground here. History has written about this. Shakespeare's written about this. It's time immemorial. Good girl, bad guy, dangerous guy, soft girl, whatever. Yes. Why do they talk to them like they're a bitch? Why is that women shave their legs, put on the dress, put on makeup, spend billions of dollars per year looking great so they could find this one manly, masculine guy, manly enough to make her feel like a woman and all that, Beyonce shit, right? Why do they do that? Only to spend, once they get him, every waking hour is spent trying to prove that he's a bitch. Everything. Why are you doing this? It's like, you work so hard to find this dangerous man, right? You know he's fucking dangerous. You've seen how dangerous he can be.
Right.
Is it, again, I don't want to get us in trouble, but I think, and a lot of men agree with me, it's because they know there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, the power of the pussy is
not just that,
unparalleled.
The power of the law. Right? Like, it's like, okay, I used to nightclub security. Every security guard in Vegas who works in a nightclub will tell you the worst, most threatening people aren't guys, they're women.
I agree with that.
The ones who are most likely to hit you, spit on you, throw a drink on you, talk down to you, treat you like you're a bitch are women because they know you'll lose everything if you react. And it's like they take advantage of that power. And that's where I wanted to go. It's so much of society talks about men. Every time you talk about the 40s and 50s, it's about, guys like, hey, if she didn't cook breakfast, I'm going to punch her, right? Which again is awful. Exaggerated, but still awful. No one talks about this abuse of power.
It is something that women have done that forever. I mean, forever. And it's the problem are the ones that they know they can get away with it, so they do it. And they manipulate that abuse of power.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
When you say forever, I think you mean like the last 50 years, right? Because before, I mean, you watch old movies and James Bond is pimp slapping.
Oh, he's smacking a bitch.
I mean, he's pimp slapping hoes, right?
He's smacking a bitch.
And these are the girls he loves. If he's trying to have a conversation with another agent and she's yapping, he'll just, hit her with one of those, she needs to calm down, right? So it's only and again, we're not advocating that. That's wrong. We're saying in the last 50 years, there's been a 180 where now girls feel very comfortable talking to very dangerous guys like they're bitches.
Well, I also think that the amount of men have been emasculated so much, and this is in the past 5 years, easily, that men have lost their dicks. And so for a woman to even find a bad boy that she can either wants to be with or manipulate is a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Because you look at now how, and again, I don't give a fuck if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you, by the way. But these guys with like the bushy hair, and like I see all these clips now that I'll see online. Men are looking more effeminate.
Oh, every day. Every day.
And so women are just getting tidal waves of this. Men with just afraid to exhort their masculinity upon somebody, that they're just this soft, non-committal, nonchalant kind of person, and that's it.
Because that's how mama raised them. That's how their single mom raised them. Their single mom had their heart broken by a dangerous bad boy, and so they trained their sons, either out of spite or out of some misunderstanding. They trained their sons to be the opposite. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Not to be too graphic, but that bad boy is the reason he got born. You're training a son who is never going to have children because he's not masculine enough for any woman to take him seriously.
Well,
right?
look at, Musk has said it before. Birth rates are like
plummeting.
Plummeting.
Down 33% each decade for the past 2 to 3 decades.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the only one that's leading by example is Musk. He's got like 13 kids by 5 different women. God bless him.
Him and you remember Phillip Rivers, you a football guy?
Yeah.
Okay. The old quarterback for the San Diego Chargers, LA Chargers, Phillip Rivers, has like 15 kids. He's birthed the football team.
What happened to the run of like all these giant black men in the NBA that used to have, like Sean Kemp? Remember Sean Kemp,
he had
man-child?
Oh my God, how many kids does he have?
He's got, who has, ask ChatGPT, who has more kids?
NBA?
Who has more kids, Elon Musk or Sean Kemp?
Kids? I want to find this out. Okay, NBA players with the most kids. Are you ready for this? Karl Malone has 7 kids with 3 different women.
Karl Malone,
okay,
God bless him.
Karl Malone. Scottie Pippen has 7 kids with 4 different women. That means the first 3 women saw Scottie Pippen have kids and was like, you know what? I like where this is going. Let's see. Shaq has 5 with 2. MJ has 5 with 2. I don't think they're going to list Sean Kemp. Oh, here's our number 1. Dwight Howard has 5 kids with 5 different women. That Dwight Howard, we call it the Sean Kemp Award.
Yeah.
The Sean Kemp Award. I think it's moved from athletes to rappers. I think rappers are now the ones just spreading the semen across these good United States of America.
But those days are few and far between now.
Yeah.
They're gone because now a guy is so effeminate, he can't even get it up.
Yeah.
Or he's sitting at home jerking off to fucking high arch foot finder videos.
Yeah.
That's it. They're watching porn.
Well, and to make matters worse, you have these athletes, I think, I'm going to offend so many people here. I think that's why you see so many women chasing and dating black guys, right? Like, I swear to God, if you go to a nightclub right now, you'll see 30 white guys and Asian guys with good jobs and 401ks. And then you'll see like 3 black guys who haven't had the same job in more than 6 months, and they're cleaning up. Because that's just like, my culture is the last place that guys are rewarded for being masculine.
Absolutely.
Like, it's cherished beyond any other quality. You don't need to be anything else. You need to be cool and manly, and we will reward you with unlimited sex.
White men are soft. White men today are soft. And they're being told to be soft. They're at Omnia nightclub here in Vegas. Instead of them going up and approaching an attractive woman to say, do you want to drink? Do you want to dance? Do you want to talk? They're there with their fucking phones just filming content to show everybody else that they're even there.
Yeah, then they go home and watch other guys. Do you know what's a new thing? A new thing that's streamer? There's a streamer, there's a popular one called Duke Dennis. I got to send you these videos. You'll crack up. Duke Dennis is this black guy. And what he's famous for is going out and talking to women. These young white kids will watch him go talk to girls like it's a football game or something, right? They're that disconnected.
It is just, and again, you say what you want, but it's all again, I don't care if you're gay. You can go fuck a tree for all I care about.
Yeah.
I don't care. But if you're a man and you're fucking another man, you're not going to have kids.
Yeah.
If you're a woman and you're fucking another woman, you're not going to have kids.
Yeah.
If you are a man and you identify as a woman, you're not going to have kids.
See, this is where it gets confusing. Okay, I'm still with you. I'm still with you.
If you're a man, you identify as a woman, you can get the shots and the treatment and the transition shit and grow boobies and have a fucking floral petunia down there so you look like you got the parts. You don't have a uterus.
Yeah.
You don't have fucking ovaries. You don't have, that's just basic fucking science in 8th grade.
Yeah.
You can't reproduce.
Sure. So these women's options I think it's safe to say.
Oh, God.
The options get lower every day. Correct?
Every day.
Okay. So, So we're on the same path here. The amount of masculine, dangerous men gets smaller every day. Every day. So these women are less incentivized to talk down to these men, right? But they still fucking
do it. Still do it.
And when we repost this, I need at least one woman to tell me why. Make this the clip. I need one woman to explain, why do you talk to dangerous men like they're bitches?
If you're on right now, please chime in or share this with someone who can give us an answer, because we're looking for answers.
Yeah, please. If there's a woman in the chat right now, if you're a woman, we'll instantly bump you to the top of the chat line.
Yeah.
Please tell us why you find men, because like my wife started going to the gym with me, right?
That's
and
great.
we can't work out together. She had this really cool idea of like, oh, we're going to work out together. We're going to do this, do that. And then she very quickly realized we can't do a single exercise together because even what happened?
I don't know. I got kicked off the feed.
Oh, no.
You're fine. Keep going.
Did they ban you?
No. It just said that you're no longer on the feed.
Oh, shit. Damn.
It's okay. Keep going.
You got hit by the meta police.
Fuck them. I probably did. I
probably
guarantee
did.
somebody reported me.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
100%.
I got reported for saying that men that get transitioned into women can't have kids. And someone got offended by that and reported me to Meta. Meta went ahead and sided with them, and I'm no longer on that feed.
What a fucked
That's
up
the
world.
society that we're in now.
The tech gods have complete control over
That's the society that we're in now, is just because everyone thinks Zuckerberg got hard because he's now doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Horse shit.
Yeah.
He grew his hair out. He's wearing a gold chain and going to MMA events. He's still a bitch.
Of course. Dog.
He's still a bitch.
All those tech guys, man. There's this complete disconnect. I never want to live in a world where guys feel comfortable hitting girls. Never want to live in that world, right?
No.
But the concept of chivalry came about because these knights were like, okay, look, we look around us and girls are just getting their asses kicked left and right. Everywhere we go, it's open season. If you were, real talk, like people want to ignore this. But if you and your gang of marauders, swept through a little village.
Rape and pillage.
Who was going to stop you?
You're rape and pillage.
Right?
That was part of it.
That was part of the game. They don't talk about this in movies and books, but a lot of the reasons these gangs popped up weren't for, money is always a part of it, but it's like back then you girls weren't having sex with you unless you were somebody important.
Or
right?
if you were the king or the provincial, in England, it was in Braveheart. The king or whatever, the prince or whoever was overseeing had rights to bed down with that woman before they married or on their wedding night or whatever, before they were with the guy that they were getting married to.
Yeah.
They lost their virginity to whoever was running that that prefecture area.
So these knights, the concept of chivalry was born from how poorly women were treated. And it was guys, and not just any guys, right? Because nowadays you have these male feminists, and these aren't the guys that girls want standing up for them.
Yeah.
Girls want Brad Pitt standing up for them. They want fucking Brock Lesnar standing up for them. They want manly men standing up for them, right? Chivalry was the concept of these very masculine, manly knights being like, you know what? I'm going to hold your chair for you, right? And guess what? That girl wasn't like, I can hold my own fucking chair, bitch.
You know who's the biggest male hoe in the history of the world?
Who?
Genghis Khan.
Oh, is it? Again, I need to verify this with ChatGPT, but something like 7%
like 10%
of all Asian population.
It's like 10% of the entire population of the world can be drawn back to
Genghis Khan.
To Genghis Khan.
Yeah, because he had harems of like thousands of women, right?
Dude, he was such a badass. Emergency alert. Dust storm warning. Stop talking about transitions on your podcast. Kidding. That's what. That was interesting.
Yeah, maybe restart my whole video.
You got bounced. Did you get bounced out too?
No, the weather warning made me cut my whole
all right.
Yeah.
So, what he was such a badass. What he did is like no one knows where he's buried. Where he's buried is a mystery.
Yeah.
Because at his funeral, they did the whole thing for him. He had everybody killed that attended his funeral, and then whoever killed those people committed suicide. The fact. That's what happened.
That's
the original OG.
So anybody who came to us, I wonder if they knew. I wonder if they knew ahead of time.
Probably not. They're bringing flowers.
Bringing flowers.
You know.
And then
they're pouring one out for their homie.
And the guards that are there are like, fuck, think about us. We got to kill ourselves after this.
They're pouring one out for their homie. They're crying. They're sobbing.
I wonder if because like all the guys couldn't kill themselves at once, right? There had to be like, in order, did they all drink like a poison or something like that?
Oh, like Jim Jones in Jonestown.
One guy was like,
the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid. I got you, motherfucker. 1, 2, 3.
Swirling around his mouth a little bit.
It's cyanide.
Shit.
Fuck you.
I choked.
I'm good. But he was the original gangster because he had, but you could probably look it up, like how many wives he had and how many, like he had thousands upon thousands, Mongolia, of kids. And his empire was vast. Like it was huge, Brandon. And he would put his seed in everybody.
Okay.
Everybody.
So he had 15 additional kids that he claimed as his, right? But it was said from 1162 to 1227, which is what, 38, 27, 65 years. Only 14 high-ranking wives were known, but it was estimated he had up to 500 concubines who also bore him children. This doesn't include the women he just, banged and threw away, or women who didn't qualify to meet his concubine standards, right? Holy shit.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. So it's a fucked up scenario we have, right? Because the whole concept of society is meant so that the average Joe can have a fighting chance, right? That was the whole concept, right? Because you go anywhere that you have violence, the hoods of America, Southeast Asia, Africa, anywhere you have violence, you have one or two guys or a small group of guys having sex with all the women. You go to any hood in America, they talk about this in rap songs. I know you're not a gangster rap guy, right?
I'm not.
But they talk about this in rap songs, right? If you're a pimp, drug dealer, rapper, if you're at the top of the food chain, you could have endless baby mamas. You could have endless women. You could take other guys' wives, right, in these areas. And the guys at the bottom, the reason there's so much violence is a direct correlation from the lack of women around, right? You give a guy a good wife and kids, it calms him down. It's the one thing that can calm a guy down. A wife and kids is the one thing that can like humanize and humble anyone.
I had no desire to settle down when I first met Brandy. I was doing my thing, dating girls, doing the thing, but she loved on me so hard.
Yeah.
And so fierce.
Yeah.
She still does to this day. That's what holds my attention to where I don't even look.
No.
Like I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Why do I look at another girl's? I look at her ass.
Yeah.
Got a great ass.
100%.
That's a Division I ass.
And you get to look at it with no guilt. Like this weekend we were in Memphis, right? And I would just constantly text my wife like, damn, you jiggling, baby. I get to look at this guilt-free, right?
Awesome.
Right. And they actually they like it. And you're like, that's a win for me. Right. Yeah, but there's no it like calms that like savage I don't care who the guy is, male feminist or not. You take the most whimsically feminized male feminist on earth, and there's a savage beast in that dude, right? He may hide it. He may run from it. He may use pornography to escape it, but it's fucking there.
Right.
Right? The only thing that has calmed that, and it's having a daughter has really exasperated, comes with a negative connotation. Having a daughter has only enhanced this, is having a kid, especially a girl, right? Having a daughter makes you the softest and at the same time the most hardened guy, because you can't be hard around you can't be that hard ass around a young girl.
Right.
You can't. Like, they're too nice, they're too innocent, they're too sincere, they love you too much, they're too happy to see you, they say the most genuinely kind things to you. It's almost impossible to be a hard ass around daughters. But at the same time, they're so innocent and so vulnerable that you become hard to the outside world to protect that thing.
I agree. Well, it all depends on when you're in it's situationally, coherent, that when you're with your daughter, you're in that moment with her. Mm-hmm. Are you in protection mode? Are you in I'm going to help her grow mode? Mm-hmm. There's different hats you're wearing. When I go work out with my daughter, she's going to be 16 this month. In 3 weeks, she'll be 16. Holy shit. And we work out together. We're at the gym 4 days a week. Love it. We have a great time together. I'm because I've worked out forever. And so I don't look like it, but I have. And again, what the hell? I'm getting there. I'm getting better, knock on wood, but I'm helping her with her form. I'm like, okay, you're doing nothing but 12s and 15s, honey, in terms of reps. You're not doing anything less than that. How do you feel when you get to 12? How is it at 15? You want to add more weight, less weight? But also I'm like looking around, like, what are the guys checking her out? Girls checking her out? What's she doing? You're wearing different hats as a dad.
Yeah.
And you're the provider, you're the protector, you're the nurturer, you're the educator.
Sure.
Sometimes you're wearing more than one of those hats at once.
But the protector hat never goes off.
Never.
Right? You may add hats. You may add hats on top of that. Like, when my kid smiles or when she's excited about something, this is going to sound really bad, but like, something in me dies because I know what I'm willing to do to protect that smile. Right? Like, I know we're both we're both married to women who have had that smile taken away. Right? And you'll do anything to not let that happen to your daughter. You have to protect them from that. It's fucked up, right? And it leads back to our case number one, because the nicer you raise her, right? The nicer you raise her, it leads back into that bad boy thing again.
It's something that, again, you kind of got to let the chips fall where they may. And you have to give yourself grace as a dad, that you can't control everything, right? And like, I'm watching The Office with my daughter, with Alex, and we've been doing it now for a couple of years. We're on like season 4 or 5 of The Office. We're getting there. But we sit next to each other and we'd laugh. And we did it over the weekend. She held my hand for a little bit.
That's adorable.
Okay. Yeah. Like, it was like, you kidding me? And it's just, that's our love language, is we get to work out together, watch The Office together. And it's phenomenal. That time we have together is so precious.
Yeah.
And I kind of tell her that, but also I let her do her thing. I let her do her thing, but I'm like, honey, I'm 55. You're almost 16. Like, we don't have much of this left.
Yeah.
I got a good 30 years left in me, and then that's it. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm lucky if I have 30 years left. And so I'm very cognizant of that fact, that I parent by the second.
Sure.
By the second.
30 years, bro. She's going to turn 18 and be fucking like this. Yeah, deuces.
I'm out.
I don't need you at all, motherfucker.
Bye, Dad. And that's okay.
I'll call you when I need money, bitch.
Yeah, I'll always be here. All right, so something with money that, I don't know if we talked about this or not, but I had a massive dad win last week, I think it was, that my son is 9 and Jack's awesome. And he's been saving money. We pay him to pick up the dog poop and get the mail. He puts money in he has this plastic safe that's got a keypad entry thing, and he calls it his vault. I said, honey, we're going to go to the bank. I'm going to teach you about money. Yeah. And we went and met with my banker at Chase. Shout out to Olga, is the best at Chase Bank over on Green Valley and Henderson. And
right behind Target. Let's go.
Yeah. And we go in, made an appointment with her. He brought in his vault, and he boop, 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 makes electronic noise.
Did he hide the code from her? Did he cover it up?
No, actually, he gives 0 fucks. He's like, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4 for Christ's sake. And so he dumps it all on the counter, and she's dying laughing. She brings a tray over, and we're putting all the money in. I posted about it, and he's putting all the thing in. And he had a check from his grandfather, and so we signed the back of the check and do the whole thing. He deposits the money, and she goes to Jack. She goes, Jack, you have a savings account now. You're getting 0.01% interest. He goes, what's that? She goes, for every $1 we have of yours, you're going to get a penny. You make a penny. He goes, oh, a penny? He was so happy.
Giddy.
And Olga was like, if I could have you every day as my customer, you'd be the best ever.
You're actually happy about the service.
But I'm then teaching him, but then I went ahead and put it into Fidelity, into a growth, like an S&P 500 growth fund. He also has 1 share of Roblox that's fucking killing it. And so I'm now teaching him how to make money and save it and invest it.
Yeah.
Was one of the biggest wins I've had as a parent was last week, was taking Jack to the bank.
Yeah.
And him putting that money in. I'm like, honey, you want to work and not spend the money.
Yeah.
Save it, save it, save it, save it.
I like how you put it. And that's actually kind of where I wanted to finish with today is dad wins. And I had never used that word before until we sat here and started talking about like little wins, right? Because I think our biggest episode so far was talking about how dads have to be winners. It doesn't matter how big or small the win, but that need to compete, that need to feel like you're winning at something never goes away, right?
Ever.
It never goes away. But converting it into dad wins, I think is a healthy way for your competitive side to come out, but in a positive way. It's like the opposite of whatever the fuck they call toxic masculinity, right?
Well, it's just going with positivity to have your relationship with your child grow.
Yeah.
So they grow, whether it's going to work out with them at the gym or taking them to the bank, teaching them how to invest their money, teaching them to like, and I'm going to talk to you about this, is my son forever has been lobbying me to do a lemonade stand. And I'm like, oh, talk about failure. Because you're fucking out there.
Do you know the ROI on lemonade, kid?
You're again, we're in Vegas and it's 102 right now. Per my watch, it says 102 degrees. And I'm like, so we're going to be out there. I'll do it with you out in Inspirada, but we're going to be like at a corner. I got to pick a high traffic area, and I'm going to have to I'm going to call in a favor with you and say, hey, can you please blow this up?
I will.
And I know, and the thing is,
I will.
I know you will, because you're such a good man.
I will.
And you're a kind person. But I'm going to call Phil Zhang. I'm going to get a hold of Jen. I'm going to Talia. I'm going to get every influencer, every content creator I know and go, I've never asked you for anything. I'd like you to just do me a favor, either stop by and check in or say, hey, I'm going to be going to this location, this pin on a map on this day from this time to this time to see Jack Fargo to purchase a 25-cent, country time lemonade in a plastic cup.
Well, tell him first off, he needs to increase his rates because I need it. You got to charge people at least $1.
Is it? I saw some kids.
The cost of the inflation on lemonade is $1.
So here's what got me. Some kids near their mom's house did one. They're charging 75 cents. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, whatever. I dropped off Jack. This is last week. Dropped Jack off, left, came back like 4 or 5 hours later to get Alex. They were still out there.
Oh, yeah.
So they were out there all day.
They love it.
I dropped off his sister at her mom's house. I stopped back, gave him $1.
Yeah.
I go, I'm doing this because you guys have been here for so long.
Yep.
Game respects game. And you're not giving up. I said, here's $1, keep the change. And the lemonade wasn't bad. Usually it's ass.
That's terrible.
It tastes like ass.
That's terrible. Listen, everybody, your kids first off, I don't blame the kids, okay? Because I know they're not making the lemonade. You taught them how to make this lemonade. Teach your kids how to make better lemonade, okay? Part 1, teach your kids.
Yeah.
Number 2, I think lemonade stands need to come back, right? Establish a sense of work ethic, establish a sense of getting out of the house and not being on your phone or on your iPad for 5 hours in a row. Go outside. Now, obviously, it's Vegas. It's hot. Make sure the kids are protected. Make sure they have something covering their head. Make sure they have plenty of water. These kids had umbrellas,
like for the sun. It was brilliant.
Seriously. But like lemonade stands need to make a comeback. If I'm telling you right now, if I will pull over at any time for 2 things. Kids doing a lemonade stand and women selling tamales on the side of the road.
Great. Good for you.
There are 2 things that I don't care what I'm doing.
So good.
Yeah. I will pull over, right? Because to me, the work ethic is there and both things are usually pretty fucking delicious.
Yeah. So,
right?
But that's a thing. Again, it's a life thing to go. And he's asked me forever. So we go to upstate New York this month. So probably like before school starts in August, we'll be doing a lemonade stand out in Inspirata, out in Henderson. And I'll let you know about, like I said, I'm going to call in favors. People show up great. If they don't, that's okay. But it's hard because you're setting yourself up for failure. Because what if you do this thing, put all this work in, and nobody shows up?
Good. Suffer. The earlier you can get, you never want, I think this is the ultimate dad win. The earlier that you can teach suffering in a safe environment, the better. Right? Like, I don't want my kid to burn their hand on the stove, but they need to burn their hand on the stove. I don't want my kid to swing too high on the swings, fall off, and break their arm. I don't want that. But they need to realize the consequences of dumb behavior. Stop swinging so high or understand the risks that come with swinging too high. I'm not telling you not to take chances. I'm not telling you to try a lemonade. I'm not telling you not to try. But the earlier you understand that just because you try doesn't mean you succeed, that's not how it works.
I'm in a former life, I was a marketing guy.
Yeah.
I did marketing. I was a title rep here for like 10 years and did pretty well at it. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, I'll do an Eventbrite page. I'll make a Facebook event for this thing. Like I'll pull out all the stops. But there's still that lingering part in the back of me that says, what if nobody shows up? And I'm out there with my poor son, for 4 or 5 hours in the blazing Vegas heat.
Yes.
The August heat of Vegas, and nobody shows up.
That's the best part. My daughter's here right now. So, I hate being honest, but she's here. I always encourage her to try new stuff. She tried hockey. Wasn't very good at it, right? But she tried. She tried basketball. Didn't make the team. But she tried, right? And each time she tried and failed, it sucked. There were long periods where she just didn't want to talk about it. But it's been, 2-3 years since either of those things. And now she's not afraid to try anything. We went to Marrakesh the other day. It's the Mediterranean, Arabic restaurant over by Cleaver, over there by, not Fleming's, but...
It's all like Colville?
No, it's Paradise. The one over there by... I
like by Virgin Hotels.
Yeah, like across there, okay. And there's belly dancers there, okay? And the belly dancers come around, they try to make they want you to dance with them. And there's a bunch of grown adults, too afraid to stand up and dance, right? Because their parents never taught them to be fearless. Lo and behold, they come over to my little 15-year-old, and she's not a dancer, she plays in the band. But goddamn, did she get up and just start belly dancing in front of a bunch of people, right?
That's so great. I love it.
And as much as it sucked to watch her fail at the previous things, all was made good by watching her be fearless, right? I think Jack setting up a lemonade stand is the best possible thing he could do with his time. Serious. Other than, his chores. And I love the fact he gets paid for running to the mail and all that. But it's so good because it's like, he can't lose. If a bunch of people show up, then he learns the value of business at a very early age, right? Do something, they give you money, put it into savings, make more money off the money, right? It's a great thing. And if nobody shows up, maybe he has to choose a better location or we have to promote it better, right? If nobody shows up, it means I failed pretty miserably, to be honest with you.
Agreed. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Jesus.
What lemonade powder are you giving him? Let's start here. What lemonade powder are you giving him?
Goddamn clue. That's a Brandy Fargo question. I don't know.
Yeah, she's from the South. They make better lemonade than us.
Please. The thing is this. She'll make the lemonade or she'll do it with Jack. It'll be the best fucking lemonade you've ever had. Because she does nothing half-assed in the kitchen. Nothing. I sent you pictures of what shepherd's pie, the pork butt that she made. Oh my God.
Dude, Jeff's not joking. He's so proud of his wife's cooking that he will just send me pictures and be like, hey, look what I have for dinner tonight. And I'm just like, oh, thanks, asshole.
Well, the thing is, like, you're one of the biggest, food content creators in town. And I'm like, this bitch is putting out fucking just spitting fucking fire. Just fucking heat with everything she makes. Yeah. And so now it's like I make it a little bit better in terms of like my camera angles now. Like I got to get one of those fucking Phil Zhang fucking lights you hold on to. Cause I'm going to start doing that now with like all my fucking Brandy food content. And I'm just going to start sending it to like you and Drew and Jenny and Talia.
Start a food page with just your wife's cooking.
Just Brandy's shit.
Brandy's best.
Brandy's best.
Telling you.
Brandy's best.
Brandy's best.
I love it. Good stuff, brother.
I love it. I want to encourage, for anybody who watched the episode, anybody who's watching us on Instagram, send us your dad wins, right? Send us your dad wins. We want to hear about it. I think dads are the least likely people to celebrate themselves. I think so. I think that's the one thing dads don't do. But I want them to have a platform to feel comfortable doing that. Send us your dad wins. Seriously, I want to know what makes you tick. What's keeping you going? What's made you excited this week, next week, this month, this year, whatever.
And the good ones we'll share.
And the bad ones we'll share and make fun of.
The bad ones we're going to share and crawl all up into your shit and go, what the fuck are you doing? No, we won't do that. We won't do that. Game respects game. No, the
game respects game.
The worst one is the one you don't share.
Yeah. Dads don't shit on dads. We make fun of each other in public to each other's faces, but dads don't shit on dads. That's not what we do. That's not what we do here. Mr. Fargo?
Mr. Johnson.
This was good. I laughed.
Good stuff.
We got to share our fears, our hopes.
Good stuff. From getting a toe job to lemonade stands. We've covered it all.
We did.
It's a little Jewish bad boys wearing a leather jacket back in the 70s.
What a show. We went from the Fonz to toe jobs to lemonade stands.
Touch them all, man. We touched them all.
Oh, shit.
We touched them all. Good stuff. Good stuff.
We're killing it. This
Thanks,
is great.
y'all.
Peace.